Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. At the commencement of my presentation, I would want to start by sincerely commend the Chairman of the Parliament Intelligence Security Forum, Honorable Robert Bitinga, for organizing this very important conference, which is the 26th edition in series, taking place today in Senate Building, Washington, D.C., United States of America, which drawn more than 240 Parliament diplomat security experts from 64 countries in the world. My presentation seeks to share knowledge and experience on security matters in my capacity as Honorary President, Network of African Parliamentarians for Defense and Security Committees, as well as the former Chairman, House Committee on National Security and Intelligence, Nigerian National Assembly, and now Executive Secretary, National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children Education in Nigeria. Another significant point worth mentioning in this presentation is the inspiring declaration and support for a new Africa that provide opportunities for growth, continental security, youth development, and interregional cooperation with the continent to foster its unity, stability, and conduciveness, especially for the young Africa who are now not only future African leaders, but also the custodian of African hope and aspiration. This declaration was made on 28th of July 2023 at the extraordinary session of the ECOWAS Head of State and Government by one of the African famous serving president, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, who doubles as newly elected chairperson of Economic Community of West African State, ECOWAS. The declaration made by Nigerian President justifies the need for this conference and assures the conference of immeasurable support of Nigeria's president, a resolution that requires any commitment aimed at ensuring the Africa we want. In order to sustain this initiative consistent with several continental declarations in various public fora, the Africa must remain committed in promoting education as the best catalyst for human endeavor, with task reinforce the need for inclusive participation of Africans, particularly the youth and women, in democratic governance and all aspects of human endeavor. And at this juncture, I would want to use this medium to highlight the critical intersection between insecurity and issue of out-of-school children in Nigeria. As we all know, out-of-school children are children of primary or secondary school age who are not enrolled in a school or educational program. According to UNESCO report 2023, estimated over 244 million out-of-school children, which include adolescents worldwide who are currently out of school. World Bank report 2023 says sub-Saharan Africa account for 20 million out-of-school children, which is almost 47% of the total population of out-of-school children in the world. And in 2022, Nigeria accounted for 20 million children out of school, followed by Ethiopia with 10.5 million, then Democratic Republic of Congo with 5.9 million, and Kenya with 1.8 million, which means we can say Nigeria is the third after India and Pakistan. The challenges has been responsible for increasing socio-economic crimes, mass rural urban migration, and cross-Atlantic movement to Europe, America, Canada, against immigration laws. As a result of these challenges, posing the threat to national security, regional and continental socio-economic development, Nigeria has recently established a national federal agency called National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children Education, which I was appointed as a pioneer executive secretary in May 2023. The government of Nigeria and the leadership of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR recognize the magnitude of these challenges and actively working to address it. This commitment is manifested by significant increase in budgetary allocation to the education sector, specifically targeted towards tackling the issue of out-of-school children and Al-Majri included. Similarly, in my capacity as the Commission's Chief Executive Officer, I was charged with the responsibility of developing a strategic plan to address the out-of-school children syndrome and facilitate the intervention of relevant stakeholders to support the Commission in achieving its statutory mandate of ensuring effective provision of education, vocational training, skills acquisition to make them productive citizens by reducing the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria by 50% in 2024. In line with the global best practice, the Commission's program will not only provide them basic education to out-of-school children, but to provide them with basic literacy, numeracy, critical thinking, and vocational training for self-employment and for livelihood. The Commission's skills development program will only be on market-driven trades and vocations that are on demand. The Commission's strategic plan including the following. 1, the Commission plan to reduce the number of out-of-school children and Al-Majri by 5 million from January 2024 to December 2024. The Commission target integration of 50,000 learning centers per annum, which will translate to 200,000 learning centers between 2024 to 2027, with an average of 100 learners per center, making 5 million centers per annum by 2027. 20 million out-of-school children and Al-Majri would be integrated, having graduated with qualitative basic education and skills for livelihood from learning centers. Number 3, the Commission's plan to deploy 250,000 N-Power teachers to 50,000 learning centers each year, which estimated to be an average of 5 teachers per center. These teachers are skilled in providing instruction in basic literacy, numeracy, critical thinking, and vocational training. Additionally, to ensure commitment, compliance, and buy-in of the stakeholders, the Commission plans to recruit, train, incentivize, and absorb 100,000 proprietors as teachers and facilitators annually, which will translate to 400,000 by 2027. Each of the 200,000 integrated learning centers, as I mentioned earlier, will be assigned with 2 personnel. And second to the finally, to enroll 500,000 overage out-of-school children and school dropout from 2024 to 2027 in vocational program. Additionally, to enroll additional 500,000 overage out-of-school children and school dropout in open school program in different locations across the country from 2024 to 2027. 5,000 facilitators and teachers to be trained and recruited to be into accelerated basic education program. Accelerated basic education program is a program whereby we intend to compress 9-year program into 9 months to have a basic literacy, numeracy, and critical thinking, as well as a vocational training. As part of its effort to integrate out-of-school children, the Commission plans to implement a school feeding program offering 2 meals per day to about 5 million out-of-school children, approximately in 2024 alone. The Commission will also support learning centers with basic infrastructure, such as hostels, shelter, clean convenience, toilets, halls, sheds, first aid, and basic health care, access to clean water, as well as renewable sources. On vocational training and skills center, to establish 37 vocational and entrepreneur centers within 4 years to train out-of-school children in Nigeria. To establish 37 special evening short courses on vocational entrepreneurship in the areas of persons with special needs across the country. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, in line of the foregoing, I have considered it expedient to use this global forum to solicit for support of development partners, members of diplomatic corps, NGOs, and other relevant bodies to aid the Commission in building schools, vocational centers, acquiring modern scientific learning centers, provide manpower, capacity development, ICT equipment, and any useful intervention that will enhance its efficient service delivery. I thank you immensely for listening. I look forward for the future engagement, hopefully in Africa. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, distinguished participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Wonderful.